Harihi Om. Nrisimha Jayanti was just 2 days back. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால சரி இந்த Lakshminarasimha Pancharatnam 5 ஸ்லோகம் தான் ரிட்டன் பை ஆதிசங்கராச்சாரியா. அதை பார்க்கலான்னு. As we see this stotram, Sri Lakshminarasimha Pancharatnam, we will also see Prahlada Charitam and Narasimha Avataraha, Dashakam 24 and 25 from Narayaniyam. We are all very well aware of Narasimha Avataraha, why Sriman Narayana took the Nrisimha Avatara. அதுக்கு இந்த பிரஹ்லாத சரித்தம் முதல்ல பார்ப்போம். So after the vadham of Hiranyaksha, his brother Hiranyakashipu, he was very sad, angry, everything, mixed feelings. So what he decided was to do ghora tapas towards Brahma. I'll read that shloka from Prahlada Charitam. Vidhataram ghoram sakhalu tapasitvana chirataha purah sakshat kurvan suranara mrigadyairanidanam varam labdhva drupto jagadiha bhavannayakamidam parikshundan nidradaharata divam tvamaganayan. அதாவது ஸோ ஹிரண்யகசிபு டஸ் தபஸ், கோர தபஸ் டுவர்ட்ஸ் பிரம்மா. பிரம்மா அப்பியர்ஸ் பிஃபோர் ஹிம் and Hiranyakashipu obtains a varam asking that he should not be killed by Sura, any devas, Nara, any man, Mriga, animal. Anga Adi Shabdam அப்படிங்கிறதுனால etc. Adi means etc. By that we understand that he didn't want death by other Rakshasas, other Nagas. Actually, inga it is not given because Narayaniyam is a saram of Srimad Bhagavata Puranam. We are borrowing some more extra information from there to share here. Alright, so Hiranyakashipu says he doesn't want death indoors or outdoors, during night or daytime, on the bhumi or in the akasha, sky. So he didn't want death in the hands of anyone created by Brahma. So of course Brahma granted it, and we all know once power comes, misusing the power, all wrong things he did. Ahankaram jasti aachu and he conquered the Indraloka. He even goes to Vaikuntha to kill Mahavishnu, but he doesn't, Mahavishnu is not there, so he thinks that Mahavishnu ran away from there because of bhayam. So he started to proclaim that he was victorious. So this Hiranyakashipu had a son called Prahlada. Prahlada was a great Vishnu Bhakta right from his mother's Garbhavasam. Enaka, when he was in his mother's Garbhavasam, appo he was listening constantly to Narada's that Veena, and Narada always says Narayana, Narayana. So he had immense bhakti right from the Garbhavasam. அதாவது அவன் ராட்சச குலத்தில் பிரஹ்லாதா, although born in ராட்சச குலம், he had immense bhakti towards Vishnu. So what happened? I'll read that shloka from the Dashakam. Surarinam hasyam tava charanadasyam nijasute sadrishtva dushtatma gurubihi ashishikshat chiramamum guru proktam chasau idamidam abhadraya dridhamiti apakurvan sarvam tava charana bhakyaiva babridhe. See, when Hiranyakashipu saw that Prahlada was very devoted to Mahavishnu, it became a matter of ridicule to all the other asuras. So what did Prahlada's appa do, Hiranyakashipu do? He appointed teachers to divert the attention of Prahlada from Mahavishnu. But Prahlada had dridha bhakti towards Mahavishnu. He could not be diverted. Whatever they taught in class, he felt that it was not leading to Mahavishnu. It was not leading to that ultimate Paramatma. So Prahlada turned down all the teachings that was given by his guru because it was not leading to that Paramatma. And whenever Appa Hiranyakashipu inquired to Prahlada about what he learnt in class, like how we ask our children today what they taught in school, like that, when he came home after Gurukula Vasam, when Appa asked him, what did you learn? And whenever he said about only the Mahatmyam of Mahavishnu, Hiranyakashipu, it angered Hiranyakashipu. So he decided to kill the Bhakta of Mahavishnu. See, he no more saw Prahlada, the son there. He only saw a bhakta of Mahavishnu. So he wanted to do his vadham, the bhakta's vadham. So Vidavidama, he tried to kill Prahlada. He tried to kill him with a shulam. Then he tried bringing many elephants to trample Prahlada. Then he tried to kill him with many poisonous snakes. He tried to starve him. He poisoned his food. Then he threw him down a mountain. So whatever he did, all his attempts failed. He could not destroy Prahlada nor Prahlada's bhakti towards Mahavishnu. And Prahlada was spreading that bhakti in his school among other peers also. So that angered Hiranyakashipu even more. I'll read the next shloka, what happens. Pita shrunvan bala prakaram akhilam tvatstuti param ruchandhav prahainam kula hataka kaste balamiti balam me vaikuntha tavacha jagatam chapi sabalam sayeva trailokyam sakalamiti dhiro yamagadit. So Appa is angry now. Hiranyakashipu is angry on Prahlada. So blind with anger, he asks Prahlada, hey Kulahataka, that means hey destroyer of our Kulam, where is this balam coming from? Kaste balamiti, Appa is asking, where is this balam coming from? What is your underlying balam here? So Prahlada answers, son is answering, my underlying strength is Narayana. And where does he live? Balam me Vaikuntha. He lives. My balam lives in Vaikuntha. சின்ன குழந்தை அது இப்படி சொல்றது. So he is not only my balam, he is also the balam behind you. உனக்கு பலம்னு ஒன்று வச்சுட்டு இருக்கியே அதுவே அவர்தான்ப்பா அப்படிங்கிறான். ஸோ தவச்ச பலம் ஜகதாம் சாபிச பலம் அப்படின்னாக்கா he is also the strength behind you and all the லோக பிரபஞ்சத்துக்கே அவர்தான் பலம். he is the all in all of all the trilokyam அப்படின்னு சொல்றான் பிரஹ்லாதா. Will the Appa not get angry? Whatever balam I have, that is also Mahavishnu அப்படின்னு சொன்னா இன்னும் கோவம் தான் வரும். So what he says, அரே குவாசௌ சகல ஜகதாத்மா ஹரிரிதி பிரபிந்தே ஸ்மஸ்தம்பம் चलित करवालो दितिसुतः अतः पश्चाद् विष्णो न हि वदितुमीशोऽस्मि सहसा कृपात्मन् विश्वात्मन् पवनपुरवासिन् मृडयमाम्. இந்த கடைசி லைன் வந்து பட்டாத்ரி ஆல்வேஸ் ஆஸ்க்ஸ், இப்படிப்பட்டவரே என்னை காப்பாற்றுவாயாக அப்படின்னு, ப்ரொடெக்ட் மீ அப்படின்னு பட்டாத்ரி த ஆத்தர் ஆஃப் நாராயணியம் ஆல்வேஸ் ஆஸ்க்ஸ் இன் த லாஸ்ட் ஸ்லோகா ஆஃப் எவ்ரி தசகம். He asks for us only. All right. So when Prahlada says so, immediately Hiranyakashipu says, Kwasau, where is he? Where is that Narayana that you are talking about? Challenging. Adavadhu having a challenging voice and asking this. So he starts to swirl his sword around. And with a mighty blow, he hit a stambham. Abdinaka pillar. Breaking that pillar. Appadi or mighty blow he gave to the pillar that it broke open. And Bhattatri in Narayaniyam, the author of Narayaniyam says, Ataf Paschad, hey Vishnu, calling out to Mahavishnu and saying, what happened after that, no one can describe. அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு ஆச்சரியம் நடந்தது, which goes into next dashakam, which we will see in the coming audios. Now we will see the first shlokam from Shri Lakshminarasimha Pancharatnam. त्वत्प्रभु जीव प्रियमिच्छसि चेत् नरहरि पूजां कुरु सततं प्रतिबिम्बालङ्कृति धृतिकुशलः बिम्बालङ्कृतिम् आतनुते चेतो भृङ्गभ्रमसि वृथा भवमरुभूमौ विरसायां भज लक्ष्मी नरसिंहानघ पदसरसिजमकरन्दम्. त्वत् प्रभु जीव प्रियम् इच्छसि चेत् नरहरि पूजां कुरु सततं प्रतिबिम्बा अलङ्कृति धृति कुशलः बिम्बा अलङ्कृतिम् आतनुते हे चेतो भृङ्ग அப்படின்னு ஒரு சம்போதனம். பிரமசி விருதா பவ மருபூமௌ விரசாயாம் भज लक्ष्मी नरसिंह अनघ பதசரசிஜ மகரந்தம். ஹே சேத்தோ பிருங்க அப்படின்னாக்க ஹே மனமாகிய தேன் வண்டே, நம்மளோட மனசை வந்து ஒரு வண்டா பாவிச்சு, We are seeing our chittam, our manas, as a madhukara, as a bee, honey bee. And we are calling out to our own manas and saying, Vritha Brahmasi. Hey mind bee, you are wandering around in vain. Vritha naka vyarthama inga suttin irukka. Kutra Brahmasi, where are we wandering? Where is this manas wandering around? Bhava Maru Bhumau. We are wandering, our manas, our chittam is wandering in vain in this bhava abdinnaka samsaram. How is this samsara? They are comparing this samsara to a marubhumi. Marubhumi means a desert. And how is this desert? Desert means how will it be? Virasayam means it will have no rasam. How will a desert be? There won't be any vegetation. So there won't be any food also. No water. Water is an amritam. Amritamne adukku peru. Analda inga rasame illada oru edam. Hence comparing this samsara to a marubhumi, a desert that has no rasam. You wander in vain in this worthless marubhumi, desert of samsara, which is mundane existence, we say in English, right? That only. So what should you do? Tvat prabhu jiva priyam ichhasi chet. Yaar in the manasuk prabhu? Who is the prabhu naka natha for this manas? Jivatma, right? So, it says, if you want to do hitam, priyam, to that jivatma, narahari pujam satatam kuru. Do the puja of Narasimha satatam always. Because pratibimba alankriti dhriti kushalaha. See, according to Advaita Shastram, bimbam அப்படிங்கிறது satyam. Which is it? Paramatma. And this jivatma is a reflection, pratibhimbam of that Paramatma. And we know, ekameva advitiyam. There is no second. Paramatma alone is satyam. And this jivatma is a reflection of that Paramatma. So, according to Advaita Shastram, in the bimba pratibimba concept, what it is, say a person is standing in front of the mirror. Now, the person standing there is the bimbam. What he sees in the mirror is a reflection of himself, which is a pratibhimbam. So here the bimbam is the satyam. The reflection is not real. The reflection doesn't have flesh, bones and blood. Correct? Only the bimbam is real, satyam. And the reflected face on the mirror is asatyam. Now, if I want the reflection, pratibhimbam, to have all the alankara, abharana, bhushanam, I should do alankaram of the bimbam. We cannot do alankaram of a reflection, right? We have to do alankara on ourselves so that on the reflection I can see all the alankaram. So one who is keen on seeing a pratibhimbam having alankaram should do alankaram on the bimbam itself first. That is on the person standing outside the mirror. Now we saw that Jivatma is a reflection of Paramatma. This manas is that medium, that mirror, acting as mirror, where the bimbam is Paramatma and the reflection is Jivatma. So all Jivatmas are a pratibhimbam, reflection of that bimbam, which is Paramatma, and that Paramatma alone is Satyam. Now I said that this manas is the mirror. Illiya? இப்போ mirror வந்து அழுக்கா இருந்ததுனாக்கா, if the mirror is dirty, what we will do? In order to clean it, we will take a cloth, some soap and water and try to clean it so that we get a clear reflection. We are not able to see the pratibhimbam properly, reflection properly. So we will clean it. அதே மாதிரி இந்த மனசு வந்து சுத்தமா இல்லை. That is why we are seeing this Jivatma as separate from that Paramatma. So in order to clean this manas, what should we do? We should do our karma anushtanam. We do Bhakya Puja, Pandron Liya Vigraha Puja. When we do, Chitta Shuddhi happens. Then, just as how when the mirror becomes clean, we are able to see clearly the reflection, and we have the jnanam, right? That is a mere reflection, not a real person in the mirror. Similarly, when Chitta Shuddhi happens, we understand, we have the jnanam that this Jivatma is not separate, is not different from that Paramatma. We are a reflection of that Paramatma. They have given another example here in a commentary where just as how the sun is reflected on many water bodies, ஒரு 10 bucket தண்ணி வைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னாக்க, in all that if the sun is reflected, we know that the sun outside is the bimbam and all that is reflected on the bucket of water is the pratibimbam. And again a face is reflected in many mirrors. Similarly, so is that Parabrahmam reflected in many Sukshma Sharirams to form Jivatmas. Now, if a face is being reflected in a mirror, any Alankara applied to the face itself would automatically apply to the reflection also. In other words, by pleasing that Parabrahmam, which is the Bimbam inside us, the reflection, which is this Jivatma, the Pratibimbam, would automatically be pleased. So, who is that Paramatma that we should please and how should we please him? That Paramatma is Narasimha, because this is a stotram glorifying Narasimha. He is seen as the Paramatma. And how do we please him? Bhaja bhaja Lakshminarasimha nagha pada sarasija makarandam. We should remember that we are telling all this to our manas, because manas has the nature, swabhavam of wandering from one thing to another, seeking sukham, just like a honeybee wanders from one flower to another attempting to collect madhu, right? So here Acharya says you should stop going after laukika sukham and turn oneself towards Parabrahmam. So hey Cheto Bhringa, instead of roaming about in this marubhumi of samsara without ever tasting the real madhu, you should taste the makarandam coming from the Anagham அப்படின்னாக்க பாபமற்ற, without any papam, pavitram, pure. So you should taste the makarandam coming from the pure padakamalam of Sri Lakshminarasimhar. Right, Tamil will see. Hey manamagiya தேன்வண்டே, ரசமேதும் இல்லாத இந்த சம்சார பாலைவனத்தில் ஏன் வீணாக அலைகின்றாய்? உனது நாயக்கனாகிய ஜீவனுக்கு ஹிதம் செய்ய விரும்பினால் அந்த லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மனை எப்பொழுதும் பூஜை செய். நிழலுக்கு அழகு வேண்டுமானால், இங்க நிழல் எது? பிரதிபிம்பம், ஜீவாத்மா. அப்ப நிழலுக்கு அழகு வேண்டுமானால் நிஜத்திற்கு, இங்க நிஜம்ங்கிறது எதை சொல்றோம்? பரமாத்மாவை சொல்றோம். அப்ப பரமாத்மாவுக்கு அலங்காரம் பண்ணாதானே அது ஜீவாத்மால தெரியும். சோ பரமாத்மாவிற்கு சேவை செய். யார் அந்த பரமாத்மா? லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மர் தான் அந்த பரமாத்மா. அவருக்கு சேவை செய். இந்த ரசமில்லாத லௌகிக சுகத்துல சுத்தரத நிறுத்திட்டு ஸ்ரீ லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மருடைய பாத கமலங்களில் உள்ள மகரந்தத்தை நாடி சேவை செய். எல்லா ரசமும் அங்கதான் உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கு. இந்த லௌகிக்கத்துல எந்த ரசமும் இல்ல. அந்த மகரந்தத்தை போய் நீ நாடி அங்க நீ அதை சுவை. அப்படி சுவைக்கிறதுனால என்ன ஆகும்? அதுக்கு சேவை செய்யறதுனால அவரோட பாத கமலத்துக்கு சித்தசுத்தி ஏற்பட்டு இந்த பரமாத்மாவான ஸ்ரீ லக்ஷ்மி நரசிம்மரோட ஐக்கியமாயிடலாம். We'll see the shloka again. त्वत् प्रभु जीव प्रियमिच्छसि चेत् नरहरि पूजां कुरु सततं प्रतिबिम्बालंकृति धृति कुशलः बिम्बालंकृति मातनुते चेतो भृंग भ्रमसि वृथा भव मरुभूमौ विरसायां भज भज लक्ष्मी नरसिंहानघ पद सरसिज मकरन्दम्. राम राम राम.